July 29, 2017. Memorial of St. Martha.
A reading from the book of Exodus. When Moses came to the people and related all the words and ordinances of the Lord, they all answered with one voice, "We will do everything that the Lord has told us." Moses then wrote down all the words of the Lord, and rising early the next day, he erected at the foot of the mountain an altar and 12 pillars for the 12 tribes of Israel. Then, having sent certain young men of the children of Israel to offer burnt offerings and sacrifice young bulls as peace offerings to the Lord, Moses took half of the blood and put it in large bowls. The other half he splashed on the altar. Taking the book of the covenant, he read it aloud to the people, who answered, "All that the Lord has said, we will heed and do." Then he took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, saying, "This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you, in accordance with all these words of his." The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, "Offer to God a sacrifice of praise." God the Lord has spoken and summoned the earth, from the rising of the sun to its setting. From Zion, perfect in beauty, God shines forth. Offer to God a sacrifice of praise. Gather my faithful ones before me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And the heavens proclaim his justice, for God himself is the judge. Offer to God a sacrifice of praise. Offer to God praise as your sacrifice, and fulfill your vows to the Most High. Then call upon me in time of distress. I will rescue you, and you shall glorify me. Offer to God a sacrifice of praise.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to comfort them about their brother Lazarus who had died. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him, but Mary sat at home. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise." Martha said to him, "I know he will rise in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus told her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live, and anyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord. I have come to believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world." The Gospel of the Lord.
July 29th, the Memorial of St. Martha. The first reading comes from Exodus 24, 3-8. Yesterday we heard about how Moses received the 10 Commandments. Well, he descended from Mount Sinai, and he proclaimed the commandments to the people, and they accept them. They want to be part of this. So Moses has sacrifice offered, and he spills some of the blood on the people. This is important because blood signifies life, and by spilling that blood on the people, it means that we receive the life of God, but also we offer our very life in case we break this covenant. In fact, to make a covenant, even a secular covenant, it was called cutting a covenant. Whenever a covenant was made, some sacrifice would be made to seal that covenant. Now there are two choices for the Gospel, both intended for the Memorial of St. Martha. The first one comes from John 11, 19-27. Lazarus has died and Jesus has finally showed up, and Martha goes out to meet him and says, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." It's a bit of a criticism. Basically, she's saying, "Lord, you're late. We called you days ago. What took you so long?" Remember, Lazarus is 4 days dead. The Jewish people believe the soul stays in the body for 3 days, so Lazarus is irretrievably dead. But Jesus says your brother will rise. Martha expresses her faith, yes, he'll rise in the last day. She's not like the Sadducees who don't believe in the resurrection of the dead. She does. What does Jesus say? I am the resurrection and the life. Notice, he doesn't say, I'll give you the resurrection. He says, I am the resurrection. That when Jesus comes into our life, we're already living the resurrection. That our life is so filled with meaning and vitality that even if we die, we're still alive. We don't have to wait till we die to enter heaven. Heaven has already dawned here upon the earth. Jesus says, do you believe? What's her answer? Yes, you are the Christ, the Son of God. Interestingly enough, that's the profession of faith, more or less, which Peter makes in the other Gospels. Here it's Martha, a woman, who makes this profound profession of faith. The second choice for the Gospel is Luke 10, 38 to 42. Jesus comes to visit Martha and Mary in Bethany, and Martha's very busy, and Mary's just sitting at Jesus' feet listening to him. Martha considers Mary very lazy, and I have to admit I have a bit of sympathy for Martha. If I were to go to a Thanksgiving meal, I would prefer to go to Martha's house and not Mary, because she's just going to forget that there's guests and never even serve you the turkey, where Martha will work all day to make sure it's a good meal. But Jesus says Mary has chosen the better portion. Throughout the history of the church, that's often been interpreted as the contemplative life being better than the busy life, the apostolic life. But there's another way we could interpret it too, in an everyday way. Sometimes we get so busy taking care of hospitality that we forget the guests. Sometimes we prepare for Christmas so much that by the time Christmas arrives we're exhausted, we can't enjoy our family. Sometimes it's better to do less and enjoy the people around us more, to pay more attention to them. People are not tasks to complete. They're mysteries that we have to celebrate. And may God bless us.